Thank you. Time is running short, so I'm going to come to you and I'm going to throw you a two-pronged question. She talked about this commitment to work. Let's look at the number of units in Auroville. We have about, if I'm not wrong, 700 to 800. 700 for the adult resident population of 1,800. We have 700 units. Yeah, that's kind of funny to an extent. And then we look at the number of 700 entities versus the amount of resources that we generate, the money that we generate is somehow not commensurating the effort that we put in. Perhaps there lies the aspect of commitment. There are many who start an entity just to say that they're working, and then there is this, they spend 2-3 hours a month and then it's just lying around. It's just namesake. And I know you work day in, day out. I see you working alone sometime on Sundays also. And there is this one aspect of not committing, and then there is another aspect of you putting your 100%. It's your baby, like he said, you dreaming about it, you living with it, and then you incubate. After a few years, the attachment grows closer to it. It becomes your thing. And then how do you also detach yourself? So that it becomes, when you detach yourself, then it becomes a thing of everyone else. Otherwise, it becomes only a Nahar's project. And then later, nobody wants to take it up. Like I see this unfortunate demise of Oro Mode like that.
Or more than half of other brands.
Yeah.
So I think for the first question,
yeah,
as to the low value generated per unit,
yeah,
the answer is we're doing a lot of double work. Basically, everyone is trying to do exporting, right? We're all trying to do branding, exporting.
Right.
We're all going around India and trying to find clients.
Right.
And that's extremely time consuming. So what happens is 700 units are basically doing the same work again and again and again.
That's so true.
It's something that I want to look into now. It's just setting up an entity which takes products and sends them out. That handles all of the logistics to get them to clients and all of the client handling.
Right.
So that people can make just candles or just incense or just clothes and just give to this entity and they send it out.
Right.
Because one of the big things in business is economies of scale.
Right.
And we've basically done is we've shot ourselves in the foot of economies of scale.
Correct.
And we're going at 700 tiny sub-cottage industry units
Right.
most of the time.
Right.
And we're surprised we're not getting anywhere. No one wants to work with a unit that has 2 products.
Right.
I've seen that myself. If we go with 800 or 2,000 products, we become a very interesting vendor and we'll have a very easy time and we'll stop chasing our own tails.
Correct.
As to the ownership of units, it's something that for me, it's very important to hand it on.
Yeah.
Because I want to be doing other things, right? I want to start this and it self-powers because there are people who like creating and there are people who like running.
Yes.
I enjoy creating. I absolutely hate operations.
Right.
I do it out of necessity, but it's not what I enjoy. And I think one of the big things there is once we start seeing units as collective ownership, it will move forward. Because the moment you make someone invest all their money, fight to manifest, and then you're like, it's ours, right? That's where the problem becomes because we're trying to cling on.
Right.
Because, I have to keep, because I have put so much effort into it. And and then you want to take it away from me. What is this? If we are investing in collectively, then we'll be, and getting out collectively, it will move on. It's something with Kajimba. I work with 15 youth, right? So the average age is about 17, 18. And I have 3 17-year-olds, so doing about 80% of the operations right now. And I'm trying to hand over 100%. The day run it, I'll be there with the presence, but it's they're handling it, they give the direction. And that's just a bit of stepping back from the ego and the I and saying, for me, with Kajimba, had it been just my work, it would never have happened. For me, I'm just an instrument of the divine it's being manifested through me. The amount of fortune Kajimba has had is endless. Pure coincidence, we should have died 100 times. And yet it's somehow, things always happen on time. And I look at that as the divine's grace. When things are going more difficult, you're like, am I going the wrong direction? Maybe, I should be going this way. And as long as you walk in that attitude, I think it will move, the idea comes and you've created an idea, you've manifested it, and it runs its own route on the world. And that's a beauty we have to learn to appreciate.
Beautiful.